Most people assume Apple wins because their products are better, that the cameras are sharper, the screen's brighter, the laptop's better built. But that isn't the real reason Apple dominates. Apple wins because of a strategy that no competitor has been able to copy, even after decades of trying. In this video, we'll break down 3 parts of that strategy: focus, integration, and ecosystem lock-in. First, focus. While companies like Samsung and Xiaomi launch dozens of phone models every year, Apple releases only a small number. You don't have 20 iPhones to choose from. You have a clear, simple lineup. That decision has consequences. Fewer models mean less operational complexity, fewer parts to manage, simpler software testing, and cleaner marketing. It also makes the buying decision easier for the customer. You don't have to decode model numbers or memorize long spec sheets. You just pick the iPhone that fits your size and budget. Most competitors can't copy this, even if they want to, because their entire business model is built on variety and volume. They need shelves full of different models to hit their sales targets. Apple doesn't. Second, integration. Apple controls the hardware, the software, the chips, and increasingly the services that sit on top. The iPhone, the operating system, and the chip inside it are all designed to work together. That kind of vertical integration creates real strategic advantages. It leads to better performance, longer battery life, tighter security, and a more consistent experience from one device to the next. It also makes it easier for Apple to introduce new features, because they don't have to wait for another company to update their part of the stack. By contrast, a Samsung phone must work with Android, which is controlled by Google. A Windows laptop must work across hundreds of manufacturers. That openness has its benefits, but it makes Apple's level of tight integration very hard to match. Third, ecosystem lock-in. AirPods connect faster and more reliably to an iPhone than to most other phones. A MacBook picks up your messages from your phone. Notes, photos, passwords, and even browser tabs sync quietly in the background. Laptop phones sync. Every additional Apple device makes the others more useful. That's convenient for the user, but strategically it does something else. It raises the cost of switching. Leaving Apple doesn't just mean buying a new phone. It means giving up a whole web of small conveniences that you've stopped noticing because they just work. None of this is an accident. It's the result of long-term strategic choices about where Apple will compete and how it intends to win. Competitors can copy individual features. They can match specs. They can even undercut on price. But copying a strategy that has been built consistently over decades is much harder. That's why Apple's competitive advantage remains so durable, and why, despite constant pressure, most rivals are still playing Apple's game, not forcing Apple to play theirs. If you found this useful, subscribe to the Strategy Bulletin for more clear breakdowns of how companies think, compete, and grow.